Welcome back. Congratulations to the Matric Class of 2021. They overcame many challenges to achieve some outstanding results. Let's chat to some achievers now. We're joined by Raymond Mamabolo from Chipa-Tabane Comprehensive High School, Chiemeka Iroka, a top achiever in history at Chipa-Tabane and principal at Chipa-Tabane, Selaki Masenya. Thank you so much for speaking to us and for coming to studio to all three of you. Congratulations, Principal. I just want to start with Raymond. Raymond, tell me how the 2 years, the two most important years of your high school life have been for you. I mean, you didn't have schooling for about 5-6 months in grade 11, and then last year again, you were disrupted, rotational classes. How did you do it?
Well, like it was a challenge, and staying home like most of the time, it was kind of unproductive, but I was able to maintain my self-discipline and consult my teachers like always on various social media platforms, and I would ask them for help, and they would always be there for me, and they would always give me all the learning material I need. So yeah, I think that has actually helped me, and maintaining my self-discipline, that was the most important thing. That was the main aspect of the 2 years of my life, actually.
Now tell me, some schools, for instance, were not as, fortunate as others. For instance, there were learners who go to, those high-end schools where they do have access to your computers and the internet from home, etc. Private schools and sometimes even government schools themselves. Did you have that luxury, or were your teachers and yourself just very proactive in making sure you learn?
Well, I definitely did not have that luxury. I'm from a township school. It's a quintile 2 school, so we don't have as much resources as the Model C schools have. But I think it goes with your mentality and the mindset that you approach it with. So if you can tell yourself and have the mentality that you're going to do well and you're going to achieve distinctions, whether you are in a township school or a Model C school, then you will achieve those distinctions. And it will set your mind and it will channel you. It will give you the energy to achieve your goals. So, yes.
Chiemeka, let me come to you. Tell me about the school you went to. I think I got it wrong in the introduction to all of you, firstly, and also how you did for Matric. How did you fare?
Well, the school I went to was Brakpan High School. It's a school in Gauteng East District, and throughout the year, for me, it was fine. It was better than grade 11 because there wasn't exactly a hard lockdown. There were days in the beginning of the year where my school was still practicing the rotational system, so it was kind of difficult not being able to go to school every day. It just felt like, because when you get to Matric, they always say that there's not a lot of time. So the fact that it was like that small bit of time is being cut in half, it did make things a bit stressful, but I was able to manage.
And tell me about the marks that you received. How did you fare? Where did you get your distinctions?
Well, I did 7 subjects and I got distinctions in all 7 of them.
Congrats.
And my highest mark, my highest performing subject was in history, which I was awarded with yesterday at the Gauteng Provincial Awards. So, yeah, that was my highest mark, and I was told that I got 300 out of 300 for the exam, and it was special for me because I thought that, I knew it was possible to do well and get distinctions, but to actually get total for the exam paper, it was nice. I give all the glory to God.
Well, congratulations to the both of you. I just want to speak to the principal before I come back to them. Principal, hearing Raymond, talk about a township school, we still have that type of stuff going on in South Africa. But here you are, having, one of the top achievers from a school that many people would not even think of applying to. How do you feel?
Thank you for having us, and good morning to your viewers. I feel so excited and I feel very proud as a principal. Raymond has really put the community of Refilwe on the map, and everyone in the district and in the province and even in the country, because the minister also called him for the award, the national awards. So everyone, he's trending basically. We are happy for him, and coming from a township school, we're working very hard. We are a hard-working school. Our results this year, we are not happy with them. They dropped a bit because of we could not mitigate the COVID impact, like other schools did. But we can assure you we're coming back in 2022. But we are excited, and we are so excited. Yeah.
Your advice as a parent to pupils who, watch their mates from the same neighborhood maybe go onto transport to go to these Model C schools. Balakaza, they really want to go there as well. But what's your advice to them?
Actually, there's no reason at all these days, like the MEC rightfully pointed out yesterday. There's no reason to take your children. I would implore all parents who have children in townships, don't take your children to former Model C schools. Township teachers are working very hard. We are doing the Gauteng Department of Education is supporting township schools. They are pumping resources to township schools. And we are making a great difference. And I'm telling you, we are not only producing Raymond today. We've been producing top learners in a township school. And as Chipa-Tabane, we are proud because we are the only high school in that community. And we are a beacon of hope for that community. So we have to work very hard to make sure that those parents, because they can't even afford to transport their children to town schools, so they can only rely on Chipa. And it's for that reason that we work very hard to make sure that we can produce what we did with Raymond. And thank you, Raymond.
Raymond, can you see how proud your principal is of you? I can imagine how your mother felt, how your family felt, your grandparents, friends, etc. Tell me about, how you grew up and, maybe, for instance, you are that one beacon of hope in your neighborhood and in your family to be the first maybe to achieve something like this.
Well, I feel very excited and I feel very, very happy that I was able to make them this proud. Like, I never thought that they could be this proud. They were so excited when we got the news and when they saw my results. They were so excited. Even my teachers, my family, everyone was congratulating me. And it was so overwhelming, like, honestly. But I'm very, very happy. It's the best feeling ever. It gives me the best feeling ever. I've never felt this type of feeling in my life. This is the best.
Oh, congratulations for that. I like that you're saying that. So what's your plan ahead? I know you also got 100% in maths, science. What? So what's your plan after this?
My plan after this is to study actuarial science at the University of Cape Town.
And have you gotten any responses to, for instance, a bursary, etc.? I know your mother was telling the media yesterday that, the reason she's so proud of you is because she wouldn't have been able to afford to take you to a UCT.
Correct.
And the fact that you got these marks, meaning you can apply for a bursary, makes her happy. Have you gotten any response from any bursary you've applied to?
Yes, I have gotten a couple of responses to some bursaries I've applied to. And I've also been offered a bursary by the Gauteng Provincial Department of Education.
Congratulations, Raymond. Let me come back to you, Chiemeka. What's your plan after this? You got 100%, you got 7 distinctions in all 7 subjects. I mean, you guys are so smart. So what's your plan after this?
My plan is to go to the University of the Witwatersrand in Johannesburg, and I want to study civil engineering. And the reason I want to study civil engineering is just because civil engineers are they're the people who can help improve infrastructure. And I think that in South Africa and the African continent as a whole, the infrastructure could just use upgrades. It could just become better, because then it will open up so many different services and just improve the economy in some ways.
Leaders of the future. I can hear you by the way you're speaking that you really have a plan for the country, but just give your peers some advice, people who grew up in the same background as you, who are thinking, oh, I'm never going to get out of here, or who are desperate to get out but are looking at, bad ways of doing it. What's your advice to them?
Well, my first point of advice is to trust in God, 100% trust in God. It's all because of Him that I think I'm here today. And also in terms of studying, I think that they should anyone who's entering Matric this year, they should really try to start ahead, because the sooner you start doing it, the sooner you get over the fact that it's a lot of work, the sooner it kind of almost becomes a habit, and that would just help you to do well in Matric.
Principal, let me end with you. You've given your advice to people who are from certain backgrounds, that are looked down upon in society. But also what's important are those matriculants who are not like Raymond and Chiemeka, who didn't pass or who passed but not so well and they still need to go upgrade and whatever. They might be thinking of causing harm to themselves. What would you say to them?
No, they shouldn't do that at all. There is a second chance program in the department. And as a school, we also want to say to those who belong to us and other schools, let them come back, let them go back to their schools. They will definitely get assistance. We will give them support. And the second chance program is very good. We have seen some of them who took that chance with both of their hands. They ultimately made it. So even Nelson Mandela himself, he once failed, but he became the president of the country. So failure cannot define us. We must be able to get up and, move on. So I want to say to those learners, go back to your schools, get support. If parents, you don't know what to do, come back to us as principals. As we have SBSTs in schools, they are trained, well-trained teachers who can support learners. And we have district officials trained specifically to deal with challenges where learners fail, they know how to assist them. So let them not, be lost in the communities. Let them come back in the schools.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time, and thank you for gracing our studios with your presence. That was Raymond Mamabolo, a top achiever for the Matric Class of 2021, with his principal, Selaki Masenya. They are from one school, the comprehensive school in Pretoria, as well as Chiemeka Iroka, who's also a top achiever. 7 distinctions, out of 7 subjects.